Hey everyone, so a lot of you wanted to see a comparison between Sony's best phone from 2015, the Xperia Z5 Premium, against the best phone from 2016, the Xperia XZ. So powering both these on. Now one of the first things you notice is the screen size difference. So the Z5 Premium 5.5 inches versus 5.2 on the XZ. The Z5 Premium is the world's only smartphone with a 4K screen, 806 ppi versus 1080p 424 pixels per inch on the Xperia XZ. So pretty impressive for Sony, still being the only manufacturer with a 4K screen. It's been over a year since the phone came out. And again, no other smartphone manufacturer has made a 4K smartphone. Both phones are on the latest version Marshmallow. And XZ first one up. Now the XZ has a Snapdragon 820 with 3GB of RAM. Z5 Premium, Snapdragon 810 with 3 as well. Alright, so let's look at Temple Run 2 first. And it looks like the XZ is going to win this one by a hair. So yeah, the XZ narrowly beating out the Z5 Premium on this first app. Let's look at some more. CNN. This app really can be slow at times, like right now as you see. And first one to vote up is the XZ. And we'll give it a couple more seconds for Z5 Premium. Again, this app really can be sporadic. This time it's pretty slow. But again, that one goes to the XZ. Let's see iFunny next. Again, XZ here. Next up, let's see YouTube. And again, it's looking like XZ here. Calculator. Clock. eBay. And again, that one goes to the XZ. Asphalt 8. So I do have a lot more planned for this video. We're going to do multitasking, fingerprint scanner, camera speed, and a few other things. So yeah, so far the XZ been doing excellent against all the phones I put it up against. And it looks like no exception here with the Z5 Premium. But I have put it up against the iPhone 7 Plus, the Galaxy S7 Edge, the Galaxy Note 7, HC10, and others. So you guys can check those out on my channel if you want. But again, XZ has been doing excellent in all these tests. That one was pretty close, maybe a tie in terms of actually loading up the images with the ESPN. And this one, similar to CNN, sometimes issues loading up. And we'll give it another couple seconds, see if it loads. So some other specs, both these phones, rear-facing 23 megapixel camera, although on the XZ you are getting some advantages, such as better image stabilization. In terms of front-facing camera, so 13 megapixels on the XZ versus 5 on Z5 Premium. Alright, so yeah, this one goes to the XZ. Again, one of those slow loading apps. Now guys, I did do a practice run before doing this test and I got very similar results. So let's do settings next. Think about the same. And then here is an Antutu Benchmark that I ran. So you see here on the Z5 Premium, score of 89,979. So excellent score for a phone from last year. But again, this is a year newer. You have the Snapdragon 820, 144,640. So in terms of high-end games, you are going to get better performance on the Xperia XZ. And let me just show you how that stacks up against other phones. So here is the ranking list. So it's actually listed first. Now this doesn't have some phones, like you see it has the S7 Edge, the iPhone 6s, but it doesn't have newer phones like the iPhone 7 and the Galaxy Note 7. But it is one of the highest that you see on any smartphone. Next up, let's do some web browsing. Let's do Chrome. I'm going to do a couple sites I've been to and then a couple that I haven't. So let's do IGN. Yeah, so similar results of what I've seen so far. The Xperia XZ faster loading up. Give it a couple more seconds on Z5 Premium. Usually not this slow. You know, it's always different every time you go and do these tests. So again, usually it's not this slow on the Z5 Premium, but nonetheless, that's the result we got this test. Nintendo. And then we'll go to a couple new sites, ones I haven't been to. Alright, so you see this one, the Z5 Premium winning. Let's do a couple I haven't been to. Toyota. Actually, Toys R Us is appearing. I haven't been to that, so let's do that site. Alright, so it looks like a little bit faster on the Xperia XZ. One more. We'll just do on auto start typing in random letters, see what comes up. Facebook, I've been to that. We'll do cars.com. I know that's a site. Again, one that I have not been to on either phone. Alright, it's cars.com. Looked like it may have been a little faster on the XZ, but hard to tell. Yeah, so what I found, web browsing is faster on the XZ. We'll do camera speed next. Alright, so both these are on the 23 megapixel camera. So as you can clearly see, the XZ faster taking pictures here. And then let's look at the fingerprint scanners. So I am going to use the X Performance for this. Same fingerprint scanner as the Xperia XZ. For the XZ, you do have to, if you have the United States version guided, you do have to actually use the UK firmware there. Rather, you have to flash your phone to the UK firmware. Really dumb they don't have it available by default in the United States. I think it's a patent issue, but again, here's the X Performance. So this is how it loads up on the X Performance. Not the best fingerprint scanner in the world, but it is pretty accurate, usually works. And when it works well, as you see here, it is very fast. But then sometimes it is a little bit slower loading, like if I move my finger a little bit, you see there. I mean, I guess that's kind of supposed to happen, but yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty solid fingerprint scanner, as you can see. Again, not the best, but still pretty good. Now the Z5 Premium. Not as accurate in my opinion. There's a lot of times when I do it doesn't actually load up, like right here. Although when it does work, it is pretty fast. I think still not quite as fast, but since it's located here on the side, it's really hard to do this test at the same time. And I will show you guys the designs of these phones in a second, but before that, let's do some multitasking. Let's just do a few apps here. So Antutu looked about the same to me. Let's do Chrome. Again, looked about the same, not much of a difference. Let's bring up the camera. So it looked about the same, maybe a fraction of a second faster on the XZ. We'll just do one more. And let's do photos last. So it looked about a fraction of a second faster there on the Z5 Premium. And then last, let's just have a look at the design of the phones, and then I'll go over some more of the specs. So Z5 Premium, really beautiful design here. You see it's a mirror reflection on the back. The Xperia XZ, made of metal. And look at the size of the phones. So of course Z5 Premium is taller, but also has a larger screen. Now I will say that the Xperia XZ, a little bit more comfortable to hold. On the sides here, it's curved. So to show you guys the top of this and the bottom versus Z5 Premium. Alright guys, just to round out some of the specs here. So already covered the screen, front facing camera, rear facing camera. In terms of storage, Z5 Premium 32 gigabytes, XZ 32 or 64. Both have micro SD card support. Battery size on Z5 Premium 3430. 2900 on the XZ, but you do need the extra battery for the screen. Snapdragon 810 versus 820, both 3 GB of RAM. Both do have stereo speakers on the front, both are waterproof, and both of course have fingerprint scanner. On the Xperia Z5 Premium, you are getting micro USB. On the XZ, you're getting USB Type-C, so newer technology there on the XZ. And finally, the Z5 Premium will run you around $530. The Xperia XZ around $650, so a little bit more than $100 more for the XZ. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. Please subscribe for more like this in the future, and thanks again for watching.